Hey y'all, welcome back this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. It's about 10:30. This is day 4 of budget build on this great 91 GT. I hope everybody's doing okay. So I've got it jacked up already in the rear. I'm going to go ahead and get the transmission linkage and cross member put on the car, and then go ahead and start working my way back from there. Like I said yesterday, I've got to swap headers out, so I've got to get that done before I can hook up the H-pipe. And the H-pipe needs a little bit of repair work before I get to that point as well. So I've got to get that done too. But what I'm going to do, show you the underneath of the car. I told you how clean it was, but I'll show you all real quick how nice the thing is underneath. Super nice. All right, so here's the bottom. Save for this pinch weld right here, I've got to straighten up, which that's pretty much mandatory on any Fox. This is the floors. See how clean they are. Super clean little car. The torque boxes, how clean those things are. You go back here into the back. Nothing here. It's nice and clean. Nothing in here. Nothing here. Got some more pinch wheel damage I got to straighten up. Like I said, that's pretty much par for the course. Other side is exactly the same way on both sides. Look at the frame rails. I mean, there's no, got one little dent up there in the front. Now we got some little paint starting to flake right there, but that's not rust. Super clean little car. Like I said, I've got the jack transmission ready to go. It's all jacked up. Jack stands for safety, all that good stuff. Jack's still back there, so holding up the car. But yeah, everything should be good. So yeah. So we got to that point. Underneath's really clean. I got everything ready to go under the hood. I removed my lift chain, got all the plugs out already, getting ready to take the headers off. But first I'm going to do the transmission and try to get this thing, everything assembled and back together under the hood today and all that exhaust on. So that being said, I'll try to show a little bit more work than I did yesterday or last couple days. It just is what it is. When I get in the zone, I get in the zone, and that's just kind of how it is. But yep, let's get at it today. All right, so I'm done for today. Had a buddy come over, went and got some lunch for an hour or so, and came home and fought with these damn headers. I'm gonna tell you what, something to be said about companies and cheap shit. They send you a grade 8 stud, but the nuts they send you are like a grade junk. So when they get hot, they gall up on the thread, so you can't get the damn nut off the thing. So then you got to go buy new nuts and washers. And so I spent 2 hours fighting header studs, and I finally got a good set of headers on the car. Then I had to go back and buy some bolts for the H-pipe. I measured the driver's side, and it was about a 2.5 inch bolt. It's still a little long for the H-pipe to the catback, so I'm gonna have to go back and get some 2-inch bolts. They're on there for now. It'll do until I can get the shorter bolts. The flanges on the H-pipe, it's so old, the flanges are bent, so they're not straight. I should have straightened those. I straightened the flanges for the header, but I forgot to do it for the catback. Just one of those things, you know, you shouldn't forget. So I'll show you these junk ass headers real quick. Oops, sorry. So here's this one. That's the flange. So that's all. It's just flat and pancaked. These 2 studs weren't too bad, but and then this one all just flat and mashed out. So what I think I'm going to do on that is I've got some old SN headers in there, some stock ones. The SN header got a bigger flange. I think I'm going to cut these flanges off and then cut the SN flanges off and try to weld them up and save these headers and buy some new stud kit that's not junk, because we all know these shorty headers are getting expensive and they're getting hard to find, and it's just one of those things. Now I'm going to throw in a little bit part of video I forgot to put in yesterday. I'm a dumbass sometimes. For putting the freeze plugs in and some tricks for the EGRs on the back of the head. That'll be in this video too. So if it just jumbles around, I apologize. It is what it is. So I'll just kind of show you some little trick for plugging up EGR. So show you the underneath of the car real quick. Not that they'll care. All right. So I like the H-pipe to fit nice and level with the car. Like I said, you see how bent those flanges are on the H-pipe to the catback. And that bolts, that's a 2.5 inch bolt. And look how far it sticks out. So I guess I'm gonna have to go get a little bit shorter bolt. Now, up in here, we got the O2 sensors and all that hooked up. All the linkages hooked up, the draft shafts put in, everything's just ready to go. That's an actual Flowmaster catback. It's got heat shields on top. I think they're 3 chambers, so it's probably gonna drone pretty bad. It's gonna kind of suck. But hey, it is what it is. So that's kind of it for today. I'm going to spend about an hour cleaning up. I didn't get much more done under the hood. I'll show you real quick. and I got the headers put on and the gaskets put on, put the dipstick back in where it's supposed to do, and all that other stuff. So it looks kind of the same. So yeah, I spent all day fighting exhaust, which is kind of common sometimes. So that's the downfall when you use junk that's laying around the house and you don't buy new shit. You got to fight with rusty bolts, galled up studs, bent H pipes. I had to reflare the H pipe. If you watch my old videos, I had to reflare, and what I mean by that, I'll show you over here real quick. Always reflare this right here where it bolts up to the H pipe. This one's already done, if you see. But yeah, the ones on that old H pipe were bad. So I had to spend an hour reflaring all that, and then a couple hours messing with the studs. Oh, and the damn trash man ran over my trash can, so I had to take a jack, stick it up in my trash can, and pop my jack in my trash can. Was all. You got one job. It's automated. When you run it over or squeeze it to death or something, but it's good now. So you got one job. What the hell? So anyway, not much going on. Had some wasted time today. Exhaust fought me. I knew one day I was going to get fought by something. Tomorrow should go pretty easy. I'm gonna got breakfast in the morning with the old farts. I'm gonna come in tomorrow morning when I get home. I'm gonna finish up the engine, the radiator, all the hoses and lines and power steering pump. Then I'm gonna drop the fuel tank, show you the fuel tank. I got the new pump over there, get a new pump put in it, and see if we can get it running tomorrow. So should meet my 5-day. Weather held out today. It keeps pushing towards Saturday, so that's a good thing. So yep, just a 5-day build. If you want to watch, that's fine. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna get off of here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. If you're interested in the car, hit me up foxjunk73@gmail.com, or you can hit me up below. Either way is fine. Sorry I'm in a rush. Wife just pulled in and I know she's gonna yell about dinner. So it is what it is. Happy wife, happy life sometimes. So just remember, it's not just junk, it's Fox Junk. Alright, so got the freeze plugs in. This side right here, I put a little vacuum cap in the dipstick 2 hole so none of the coolant that was still on the block went down in there. And once you get all those out, what I did is I put the center plug in first, and then I took a water hose and ran, that's why the ground's all wet, and then I ran water through the block to get all this, maybe some loose rust that was in, maybe some loose rust that was in the block. I got about 2 gallons. Don't worry about that oil on the top. That's actually ATF at a power steering pump. I let it drain into the catch can when it was in the car. So yeah, got about 2 gallons of water, which is about right for a motor that's in a car out of the block. Now on the other side, show this other side real quick. I got my little wire wheel on a drill. Once you get the plugs out, you just wire wheel it out, get nice clean metal up in there, and then like I said, you put the center freeze plug in first, and then you can run some fresh water through here that comes out the back to get all maybe some loose surface rust that's in that block. But that's it so far. We'll get this side done, get the engine mounts on. Now I'm not gonna put the small pump back on here, so show you a little trick. Learned this a while back, save some money. You don't have to buy those high dollar plugs from LMR or wherever. It's right here, little bolt. Now I haven't found any this short, so always have to cut them off, and then you just screw them into the back of the cylinder head. Now I'll have to clean that out. Obviously it's got a bunch of crap in there, but yeah. So that's a cheap plug for the EGR ports. I'll go ahead and get these other sides put on, and grease plugs put in, then get the motor mounts on, then clean up the back or the oil pan up, put a little paint on the oil pan, and we should have a decent looking little motor.